I do therapies every day, even if it hurts. I told them just keep going, because I want it to be better. Nothing that is gonna stop me.
That's the mindset right there. Hello and welcome to the Ronin Mindset podcast. Today we have a very, very, very special treat. Guest is a friend of mine and somebody whose story is so inspiring. It will move you. I very promise you, it will move you. So please, without further ado, MK Guzman.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. How are you doing?
Very good, very good. Thank you. I
Look
just
at you. Your hair is getting longer.
Yes, it is. I feel better. I feel good. My hair is
Good.
longer. I become to look normal again. After all these
Right.
changes in my life.
Right. Yeah, you've had a lot of changes. So let's talk about that. Like, give us a little insight on, you know, what you were doing in your life and then what happened and then how things changed and what you've gone on since. So, because you were a model and a spokesperson and you were flying all over, and so tell us about that.
Yes, it's very intense. Very intense. I'm sorry, my English is my second language, but I try my best.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
I don't know if it touched my heart the same way like I speak Spanish, but I will try to tell you everything in this conversation. But yes, like you say, I was doing modeling. I was working for a lot of companies or agencies that I was modeling bathing suits, and I was busy in my life and working in a school district. Also, I was teaching Spanish, and I have a busy schedule before, and then
Yeah.
going 100 and then stop for 2%. So it was like a very tragic change in my life, because I was in an accident. Actually, I was coming back from New York, and then somebody picked me up from the airport, and I have an accident. I don't remember everything, but I remember I was picking up in the airport and then stop in the gas station, and then I forgot everything. I
You
wake
don't
up.
remember anything after that.
No, 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 no. It was like a very, very terrible accident. Um, I have six surgeries, so I wake up in the sixth surgery. But it was
So
like
you
a
don't remember anything from the gas station to the
no,
sixth surgery.
no, 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 no. Not,
Because I remember I remember because it was what, February 14th, right? It was Valentine's Day.
yes, yes,
Okay. Because I remember you and I, we connected on social media, and we used to comment on each other's stories and, you know, things. And then I remember I sent you a message and you never wrote back. And then I was like, oh, that's weird. And then I sent you another message like, hey, why aren't you answering me? Like, and I never heard back from you. I was like, well, that's very strange. But then, whatever. I didn't really think about it that much again. And then, but you were in the accident, and then you were in a coma for
three
almost two
weeks,
months.
three
Oh,
weeks,
3 weeks.
three
Okay.
weeks in a coma, and I was 6 months in the hospital. So
Wow.
it was like a long 22. The 2022 changed my life, and yeah, it is like it was very tragic. I broke my leg, my right leg, my right arm. I broke my neck, my spina. I don't know how to say that in English.
Spine.
It's
Yeah, you broke
paja.
your spine.
I
Yep.
broke my ribs. They cut my lung. I hit my head a lot. I have a lot of
Yeah.
damage in my head.
Because they
So
thought you were dead, right? When they arrived at the scene of the accident, you got thrown from the
yes, yes,
vehicle
yes. I
and they thought you
flew.
were dead.
Yes, I'm injected from the car 74 feet. So yeah, they thought I'm not gonna pass even the night. Like the doctors told my family, don't get expectations because they don't know if I'm gonna survive.
Right.
So it was a very hard time for my family. But right away, I don't remember anything. I just remember I was living another life.
Yeah.
Those 3 weeks when I was in coma, I was fighting with my life. I don't know if I was fighting for my life. I have a very deep experience when I was in
Yeah.
coma. Yeah, I
So
think
you were you conscious then? Were you thinking like when you were in that coma or?
I no, no, no. I was not conscious. I was just like, I don't know. I was living like, I don't know how to explain to you, but I think I speak with God.
Right.
I have like experience, very deep experience. I was fighting, run, 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 run. I see myself underground in a box, that talking to dead people, and then yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It was very, very. I still have to record audios of what I was living when I was in coma because sometimes I think I'm that. Sometimes I think
Right.
I may not here. I may that, and I'm just thinking myself I'm in this world, but I'm not.
Yeah. That is so intense. So
Yes,
you were 3 weeks in a coma, and then you said you woke up after the sixth surgery.
correct. And they put me to sleep again because I'm gonna have another surgery. But I remember, let me tell you, when I was on the way to my other surgery is when I wake up. And then I'm like, what I am? What happened to me? And then I feel the cold of the room and I feel the tires like of the car they take me for the surgery, like rolling.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I hear the doctors talking, they are gonna have another surgery. And I wanted to tell them not to put me to sleep because I'm back, I'm here, everything, but I cannot talk because I have something in my mouth, like a tube for breathing. So they put me to sleep again, and then it was like a very change of life, very, 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 very. I when they sent me home after 6 months, I remember when I was in rehabilitation, when I see myself in the mirror, nothing like I was. I have my long hair, and they had to shave my head because I have too much damage in my head. They had to shave it and do work in my head. But I remember when I see myself in the mirror the first time, it was like, wow. I get very, very sad because I don't look nothing like, with all my arm, my leg, my everything. I have a lot of scars on my face. And then I say myself, oh my God, I was not believe it is me. But I take the first shower for the first time in that moment. Yeah, after 6 months, I was touching the water in my body and I feel like, wow, feels good. So I think I focus on that instead focusing on what I see in the mirror. I focus on the shower that I feel the water, I feel the happiness of that moment, and then I feel
Yeah.
good.
That is what impressed me the most about you and what really touched me and inspired me was when you messaged me. I think it was a month and a half or something, and you were still in the hospital. Um, and you told me what happened. I was like, oh my God, that was just, I mean, it's crazy to think about. And you showed pictures and everything. And um, one thing that really impressed me was how positive you were. A lot of people, they get their life totally scrambled like that and go through everything that you went through. And you were in a coma and I remember you used to have this very long black hair and you were modeling and you were traveling all over and you were in Hawaii, you were doing all this stuff. And then the pictures that I saw, I was just like, oh my God, I barely recognized you. But it doesn't matter to your attitude was always so positive. And I remember when I asked you, I was like, how? I mean, it's super touching to me. but how are you so positive and happy and everything? And I remember you told me, you were like, Steve, I'm alive. That hit me because a lot of people tend to focus on the bad.
Exactly. That's what I think when I was on the way home, when they sent me finally home and I was in the ambulance. I was in my wheelchair and the doctors told me I'm gonna be 1 year in a wheelchair and I'm gonna
Yeah.
be 1 year in bed. And then I say, no, I was so active. I was so active before. I love hiking. I love going to the gym, workout, traveling, all that stuff that every woman wanted to do,
Yeah.
be independent, work, and everything. And then I'm like, how am I gonna be in bed 1 year? It's gonna kill me.
Yeah.
That's gonna kill me. So I like, no, no, no. I had to take. I had to make a decision, or I give up and then forget about everything, and or I'm just gonna start from zero with all my come stronger than ever, and do it. So that's
Right.
why I don't have a choice. That's what I decide to do. And then I remember my mom was home and she was helping me to do everything, everything. But in the night when everybody was sleeping, I get in my wheelchair and then I try to, because my room is upstairs. So I
Uh-huh.
try to go upstairs, but I cannot even do one step, not nothing. But I
Yeah.
try every night, every night, every night for 3 months into I did it. And that made me so happy. I'm like, whoa, I did it. I think, like you say, it's everything is mental.
Yeah.
I can give up in my mind and I say, you know what, I don't look like the same. I'm just like, I can't. But I try. I go to work out now. I don't know if you see in my social media,
Of
but,
course.
but I work out again. I mean, it's hurt me and I cannot do the same like before, but I do my best every day when I wake up. I'm just thankful to be alive.
Yeah. And that mindset is so powerful because it is everything in our mind. I think a lot of people in your situation may have just given up and okay, the doctors told me I'm going to be in bed in a wheelchair for a year. Okay, okay. But you didn't.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's what a lot of my friends told me, when they see me, because I went to an event in California in my wheelchair. And I don't have my beautiful hair anymore, and that's my strength. That's what I miss the most, the hair. But like sometimes I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do things because I don't look pretty like before. But that's not stop me. I keep doing it, keep doing it. So I went to this event to California, and my friends saw me, and they were like, my goodness, if I were you, I will be just in my room, not go out anymore. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not my choice. I wanted to become stronger, starting from zero, inspiring another people who may be
Yeah,
passing for another circumstance, less than me or worse than me. But if I did it, everybody can do it. Like,
right.
we have
But
moments.
yeah, you are so strong. Yes, of course you have to have moments where you're sad or discouraged.
Yes, yes,
But every single time I've talked to you or we've texted, it's always been so positive. Yeah, you'll get a little down when you have to do your therapy,
yes.
but then you joke about it. And that I remember when we were chatting after, you woke up and you texted me and I was just it really made me sit down and reflect on life. And I was inspired then, and I still stay inspired every single time we talk because you are just so much positive energy.
Thank you, Steve. And yes, I don't think we can just, how do I say, have the negative mentality, like focus on the negative things every day. No, no, no. We have to focus on the beautiful things happens. We are alive. We wake up. We have a house. We have air to breathe. We have food on our
Yeah,
table. Like everything else, I'm a kind of girl who don't give up and like to work hard. because
Yeah.
I like working. I enjoy being in this world and helping other people and just do something positive for me, for my family, for my friends, for people who I don't know. And it's this thing it happened to me. I think I don't see the negative way. I see the positive thing because I become a better person than before. I'm more human.
Yeah.
Before I was good person, but I think this accident, I see it like, wow, thanks God I'm alive. And then another qualities I exploring, better qualities in
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. No, that's so amazing to be able to take what for most people would be a horrible life-changing experience and turn it into something positive. Because when I hear you talk, I know it's not just words. It's something you feel. Because look at your smile, you know?
Always smiling. The
Always.
the doctors.
And
uh,
I was
yes.
gonna say, what, what were you gonna say about the doctors?
No, I say the doctors and the nurses and the hospital when I was in rehabilitation. Always when they come to my room, I was with a big smile. And they were surprised. They were everybody in the hospital is like bad mood or mad or sad. And you always with a smile. I'm like, I'm just smiling because somebody came to see me. I'm happy. I was just happy to
I,
be there. I was all broke, but I was smiling.
yeah, I love it. And that there was something else that you told me that really hit me. Um, I remember you mentioned it was like a couple months, after you had come out of it and we had been chit-chatting. And I remember you told me that nobody was messaging you anymore. That you would always, especially guys, obviously you're a beautiful woman, you have guys in your DMs all the time and a lot of attention. And I know you told me that a lot of people after your accident just stopped talking to you. They all of a sudden they weren't your friends anymore. They were no longer interested. And it was just that really hit me. Like that is it's sad, really.
Yes, it is, but you find out who's really are your friends because all that people that block me and they don't want to talk to me anymore. I mean, I don't see the reason for, but I know that God leave the good people in my life. The
Yeah.
bad people, they don't need to be in my life, they left. And then I was sad. I was that, like I told you, sometimes I get sad and then I'm like, oh my gosh, all this happening. I had to realize how my life changed. But good people stay in my life. And then one of them is you, Steve. And thank you for your friendship. It's very nice to know people like you.
Well, that really kind of pissed me off, to be honest, when you were telling me that, because I can't imagine not wanting to talk to somebody or not wanting to associate with somebody just because they had something bad happen in their life. I mean, that it shows you the character of those people, what they're made of inside. And that I don't know, it made me sad, but it also kind of pissed me off, I'll be honest with you, because you're such a beautiful person. You were before and you still are. Nothing's changed with you,
Yes.
the person of who you are, you know.
Well, I
So
think
I thought that was a very
I think because the pictures that you saw of me, like in the
Mhm.
beginning, I mean, now I look better. I mean, I feel beautiful, I'm beautiful in and out. But when I sent you those
Absolutely.
pictures, I was like, look like a boy. I think I remember when my family go visit me, and then my friends, my close friends went to visit me. They told them in the room is her, and they went to see me, and they like, no, it's not her, it's a boy. But they don't know, like they don't recognize me because everything, my physical changed. So I
Yeah.
think, I don't know, but thanks God I'm alive. I'm not in a wheelchair. I don't lose my leg, my arm, because the doctors broke a cracker and they opened the hand and they say your arm and your leg was like this, broke.
Wow.
So they fix it, and I still have it. My arm still is not working like before, but I do therapies every day. Even if it hurts, I told them just keep going, because I want it to be better, and
Yeah.
there's nothing that is gonna stop me to keep
Well,
fighting.
that's the mindset right there. Nothing's going to stop you. And if you have that mindset, nothing will stop you. Nothing ever. So let's talk about now. The accident, that was obviously, it was a very, very tough thing to deal with, and you've done that. But since then, obviously, you recovered a lot physically. You're still doing therapy, and this is what, almost a year and a half
Yes,
later.
it happened in February. Yes. And then it was like coincidence. It happens on the February 14th. It was a coincidence because I have my, it was Monday. So I had my convention on Saturday and Sunday in New York. And then I come Monday. It was February 14th. So I will never forget that date.
No, no, it had a different meaning for you.
It's another birthday because I born on it.
Exactly,
Yes,
exactly.
but what was your question?
Oh, so now, okay, you're still doing therapy, you're still in the recovery process, but what you've done is kind of take that experience and you've started to use your story to help other people and to help you in your business. So kind of tell us about what you do, what you're doing now, and
Exactly. Well, now I'm not working in Maryland or nothing like that anymore. Obviously, they
you
hire me because
should.
I look like my look. They also, when I was working there, if I wanted to dye my hair or cut my hair or do something, put Botox in my face or something, I had to ask for permission to them before I do a change. So now that it's changed
Wow.
completely, so obviously they don't want me anymore, but it's okay. Like I'm happy of what I'm doing, because that what I'm doing right now is I'm helping people with things that helping me. Like, it's I'm amazed at how people contact me in social media, because they in some kind of situation they don't want it to live anymore, and they see my story and they want to talk to me and trying
Yeah,
to see what I feel after my accident, and then help them to feel better, because sometimes people get like a little problems or little things going on in their life and they want to give up. They don't fight.
right, right. And
So,
it's a lot of times with people, it's really small things.
mhm,
In the big picture, people get so tied up and so depressed and sad over things that are very small. And then myself included, I think everybody
yeah.
does. And then when I see somebody like you and you went through what you went through and you still maintain this amazing happiness and positive mindset, that's very inspiring.
Yes, I live every day just to be grateful because I'm alive, and the all this situation is let me value every second of my life, that my life can change any second, like it changed
Yeah,
mine. Life can change, so we just have to be happy for the present and just live the moment. And I think everything happened for a reason, and then definitely this accident made me a better person. um Everything I'm going through is experience that I'm living, and I wanted to write a book about it.
yeah. I hope you do. I hope you do. There's got to be, what do you think was the hardest part of maintaining this mindset after the accident?
Whew, get me sentimental. um I think I it's just one moment to other change your life in every aspect of your life. Imagine you stay without a job, you don't make money anymore. I was
Yeah,
6 months in the hospital, 3 months in bed, and then it's like I almost last 1 year and then there. So
Yeah.
I think that's what when I start doing my life again and driving and walking and just doing things makes me happy. I think the worst thing can happen is when you hear other people. Like I think everybody need to be your mind is your power, because other people can say things to you like to give up, like
Yeah.
negative people came to tell you things, and then I hear a lot of that. But thanks God,
Yeah.
I have a strong mind, and I don't let anybody to cross that. You know,
Right.
I don't know if I explain myself, but
No, no, you explained yourself really well, actually. And that's interesting because it was the negative comments that you would hear that really were a challenge to deal with.
yes.
Were they from like friends or were just like for people when you were out?
No, no,
Like
just
people you didn't know?
people who come to see me at my house. I think they friends, but they not really friends, because when you
Mm,
hear comments like that make sense, and then you like, get me down. But I'm always like, no, 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 don't let all these comments to throw the towel, just to give up. No, no,
yeah.
no. I had to keep going. I mean, I have a lot of scars in my body that I look every day, but instead of see it ugly, I see it like I'm a powerful, strong lady. I'm
Yeah.
very strong. So when I see all the scars in my body, I'm like, wow, I've been in a very bad situations, and I'm here smiling and strong. Even when my because I have a lawyer that is helping me with my case, because this
Hmm.
accident to me happened because my seatbelt broke.
Right.
So I have a legal stuff going on, but the lawyer told me to go to see a psychologist to
Hmm.
help me with this situation. So I make an appointment, and I went to see him, and
Uh-huh.
result that he was a psychiatra,
Okay.
psychiatra. You know, psychiatric.
Psychiatrist, yeah.
Yes.
Psychiatric,
So
yes.
so he talked to me, and he want to give me a medicine because he diagnosed me with depression. So he gave me medicine, and he told me, okay, you have to drink this medicine, and then, but if you want to stop drinking, you just need to tell me, because I need to tell you how to leave it. You can just,
Right.
and then I'm like, I don't need no medicine. I mean, I'm not in depression. I feel happy. I don't want it to die. I wanted to live. Of course, I get sad because
Of
the
course.
situation, I get sad. I get like, oh my goodness. But it's not the end of the world. So I'm like, no, I don't
Right.
need to drink that medicine, and I'm not gonna to see the guy again.
Good. Good. That's unfortunately I think that's all they do sometimes is just try and push drugs, drugs, drugs.
Yes,
And I don't think maybe in obviously in some cases it can help, but I think the majority of people that they try and give drugs to probably don't need it.
exactly. No, I don't even when they send me from the hospital home, they send me with a lot of medicine for my pain and my inflammation, because I have a lot of damage in my neck and my arm and my leg. So I was very in pain. So they give me a lot of morphina and narcoticos to help me. But I'm like, no, 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 I don't want to drink nothing anymore. So I drink natural supplements. They help me with my pain, with my everything, and I'm good with that. I don't need anything else. I don't like to drink, you know, all the kind of medicines and they give you in the hospitals or things like that.
No. Yeah, no, that's the best. Obviously, there's a place for medication and pain pills and psychiatric, but I think our whole medical system is just they're about making money and pushing drugs on people, and I don't think that's the right thing. So I'm really glad that's the way you took it. It
Yes,
helps keep your mind clear.
exactly. Yes, exactly. And that's what I wanted to, because I was I told you it was 6 months, horrible. 6 months, terrible. I don't like it when I was living in the hospital, and I don't want to go back in the hospital anymore. And I don't wish nobody that, because it's like a bad experience.
Yeah.
But it's I'm okay with that. I'm living the, like I say, I'm living from the experience, and it helped me a lot, and I'm helping another people to not see the problems they have. I don't know what problems the people has around me or in the world, but everything happened to us, it has a solution if we have a great mindset.
100%. I agree completely. And that's really why I wanted to get you on here, because this whole podcast is about mindset. And I love talking to people who have been through something life-changing, something that, whether like yours, injury, or maybe people get wiped out financially, or there's any number of things that can really impact a person's life. And developing the right kind of mindset to move past that
Mm-hmm.
and move on with your life and succeed in whatever you want to do, whether it's even just being happy again, you know. That's a really powerful, and your story is one that I think can touch a lot of people.
Definitely, yes. Because it really changed, like you say, sometimes life can change you, and depends of very different circumstances your life. But in me,
Right.
everything, because it was my physical, my body, my health, my money, because I don't have no income anymore after that. And then
Yeah.
everything has to change. I used to live by myself. Now my brother live with me because I cannot pay my rent. I'm working, with different work, but I'm just starting a new life, a new
Yeah.
outcome. But like I say, I'm happy,
Yeah. And
100%.
it's good that you had, like your brother to lean on, and family, and because you were actually, when you were on your way home from the airport, you were supposed to go get carne asada with your family, right?
Yes, they were waiting for me to eat, to have dinner, because my mama was in town. But, I don't know, everything changed one moment to other. And then
Yeah.
that accident happened, and the carne asada never was. So this year, they had the carne asada, and I was there. They wanted
I
to
have a
finish.
feeling, I have a feeling that you'll have carne asada every Valentine's Day.
Yes, you invite to next one.
All right, I will be there. So that'll be good. Well, MK, thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming on, and I've wanted to talk to you on here just because your story is so inspiring for
Thank
me
you.
personally. You
Yes.
know, I've seen it from when it happened, and I've seen how you dealt with it, and I've seen how you just come out of it, and you're just this amazing, amazing person. And for me, it's really, really inspiring.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I'm really glad that I got to be a little part of it. Like to see you go through it. It was very hard, obviously, to see you like that, but it was also just so amazing to see how you dealt with everything.
Yeah, and remember when you told me you were looking for me where they put that people?
Oh yeah, the obituaries. I'm like, did she die? I was almost, almost. But you're not. You are not dead. You are alive and you are thriving. So I
Exactly.
see your posts in the gym, and so what is like, give us your Instagram handle so people can follow you, because honestly, your story and how you, even as you're going through it right now, because you're still in therapy and you're still fighting everything. So what's your Instagram?
MK Guzman. MKGUZMAN.
All
And then
right.
my Facebook too, MK Guzman.
Okay. Perfect. Well, follow her. She's amazing. And again, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I know you're busy and you took out the time to talk to me, so I really appreciate that.
No, thank you for inviting me, Steve. Have a beautiful day. And thank you. I'm so glad to be here telling my story to helping others.
Absolutely. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.